Happy Wednesday! It's day 3 of Serve Online. Who is excited to be here? I am. I would love for you to drop a comment, maybe even your favorite emoji, in the comments to let me know just how excited you are to be here. While you're at it, you can also tell me a little bit about how you were teachable yesterday. What new things did you learn to do, or what questions did you ask yesterday? I am so curious. This week is all about learning about how to have a servant's heart. We're learning a new characteristic each day, so then we can go and practice in our homes and in our neighborhoods. Yesterday, we learned that a servant's heart is teachable. Nicodemus taught us how to ask questions to help us understand new things. On Monday, we learned that King Nebuchadnezzar needed to be humble. And so we learned that a servant's heart is humble. It's the opposite of pride. So it makes ourselves lower so that God gets the glory. Today, we're going to be learning that a servant's heart is cooperative. Today's lesson might be a little bit of a challenge, but I think you can do it. Up next, we have worship with Miss Christine and our memory verse time with Miss Chelsea. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, I'm so glad you're back for worship time. I'm Miss Christine, and this week we're learning about how we can have a servant's heart. And today we're going to talk about how that means being cooperative. So stand up on your feet, we're going to clap our hands, and we're going to sing. Here we go.
God made me a part of His story. I will live all for His glory every day and every night.
Sing that again.
God made me a part of His story. I will live all for His glory every day and every night. Come on, let's go and tell everyone we know. Come on,
and serve anywhere. Even during the times we're going through right now, we can still shine and serve for God. Great song, everyone. The next one we're going to do talks about how God is with us every day. No matter if we're just waking up in the morning or we're going outside to play, He's right there with you. So let's sing this song together, shall we? Let's clap our hands. Because He's bigger than the ocean. Let's sing it together.
Bigger than the biggest ocean, deeper than the deep blue sea, brighter than the sunshine, it's God's love for me. Oh, wherever I go, God is with me every day. Stretch. When I wake up, He's with me every day. When I play, God is with me every day. When I obey, He's with me every day. When I sleep, so I never have to be afraid. God is with me.
Great job! Now I want you to show me your grumpy face. Let's do it. Here we go.
When I'm super sad and grumpy or unhappy as can be, Jesus is my best friend. He's always there for me. Oh, wherever I go, God is with me every day.
Stretch it out.
When I wake up, He's with me every day. When I play, God is with me every day. When I obey, He's with me every day. When I sleep,
Oh, that feels so good.
so I never have to be afraid, 'cause God is with me every day. When I wake up, He's with me every day. When I play, God is with me every day. When I obey, He's with me every day. When I sleep, so I never have to be afraid. God is with me.
Yes, He is. Bigger than the biggest ocean.
Bigger than the biggest ocean, deeper than the deep blue sea, brighter than the sunshine, is God's love for me. Oh, wherever I go, God is with me.
Yes, He is. Say it again.
Yes, God is with me.
Love that.
God is with me. Oh, God is with me.
Thank you, God, for being here with us today. We love you so much. Great job worshiping today, guys. So glad that you were here with me. I'll see you again tomorrow.
Hey friends, welcome back to Memory Verse Time with me, Miss Chelsea. This week we've been working on memorizing Matthew 20:28. It's all about how Jesus came to earth to serve others just like we're called to do. It is so important for us to know what the Bible says, so we're going to review the motions we came up with to go along with the words. Follow along with me. For even Jesus came not to be served, but to serve others and to give his life as a ransom for many. Matthew 20:28. Great job. Now, I'm going to put you to the test and see how well you remember it if I take away some of the words from the screen. For even came not to be served, but to others and to give his as a ransom for many. 20:28. No, we've got to make that harder. Let's take away a few more words. For even came, served, but to, and to give his as a 20:28. Did you get all those words? For even Jesus came not to be served, but to serve others and to give his life as a ransom for many. Matthew 20:28. Awesome job. Keep practicing and I'll see you back here tomorrow.
Our story today is about a guy named Nehemiah, and our story takes place in Babylon and in Judah, which we've talked about a couple of days ago. So Babylon was where the people of Judah were living, but now they're moving back to where they came from. And the city there was called Jerusalem. And Nehemiah in our story today finds out that the walls in Jerusalem have been torn down, and he gets really sad about it. But today in our story, he comes up with a way to rebuild the walls and to protect the people. Let's check it out.
God's people had lived in Babylon for 70 years. Then King Cyrus, the king of Persia, took over Babylon and let them go home. Some of God's people went to Judah, but some of them stayed. Nehemiah stayed and worked for the king of Persia. One day, some men came from Judah. Nehemiah asked, "How are God's people doing in Jerusalem?" The men had bad news. The people are in trouble. The walls around Jerusalem are broken down and the gates have been burned down. Nehemiah cried. Then he prayed and fasted. The king noticed Nehemiah and asked, "What's wrong? Why are you sad?" Nehemiah was afraid. No one was supposed to be sad around the king. Nehemiah said, "The city where my ancestors are from is in ruins, and the gates of the city have been burned down." The king sent Nehemiah to Jerusalem. Nehemiah inspected the walls and led the people to start rebuilding the walls and gates. The workers put in doors, bolts, and bars. They cut stones and lifted them into place on the wall, and they filled in gaps and holes. All around the city, people worked side by side. Soon, the wall was half as tall as it had once been. Not everyone was happy that Jerusalem's walls were being rebuilt. Some men who lived nearby were angry. God's people kept working on the walls, but their enemies made a plan to attack them and stop their work. God's people prayed and chose men to guard the walls all day and all night. But the people were discouraged. "Our enemies are everywhere," they said. Nehemiah reminded the people that God was with them. "Don't be afraid. God is great and powerful," Nehemiah said. "Be ready. If our enemies attack us, God will fight for us." Enemies could threaten God's people, but they could not make God's people stop building. Their enemies were not in charge of rebuilding the wall. God was. So God's people went back to work. Some stood guard with weapons, and others worked on the wall. Some men worked with one hand and held a weapon in the other. They were always ready to fight, just in case. Nehemiah was a wise and good leader for God's people while they worked. In just 52 days, the wall was complete. The gates were repaired and the wall was restored. When all of Jerusalem's enemies heard that the wall had been rebuilt, they were afraid because they knew God was with his people.
Nehemiah took on a really big job. Nehemiah and his friends could not build the wall by themselves. Imagine if they tried to each build a different part all by themselves. Their enemy would have attacked them. So Nehemiah used cooperation to work together to get a really big job done. Cooperation, or being cooperative, is to work together to get something done. So how do we have hearts that are cooperative? Nehemiah, he got his people of Judah to have partners where they got to work together to build the wall and to protect each other. Well, we can have hearts that are cooperative when we work together to do something really big. So you might work with mom or dad to accomplish a task. You might work with your brother and sister to get something done. When our hearts are cooperative, God blesses our actions. So that's our takeaway today. I want you to repeat after me. When my heart is cooperative, God blesses my actions. Awesome. So today, your task is to be cooperative. Find something that you can work together with someone else to do. Because when our hearts are cooperative, God blesses our actions.
Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome back to the third installment of Demo Time with Mr. Timothy and Mr. Devin. My name is Mr. Timothy.
I'm Mr. Devin.
And today, we're gonna try and put these blocks in this little bucket here with only one finger, okay? So if you have a block in your house, go ahead and grab one really quick. If you have a bucket, go ahead and grab that also. Make sure your parents are around so you don't break anything, and we'll get to work, all right? So we're just gonna give ourselves a few attempts to try and get this block in this bucket with only one finger, okay?
Can't do it. Just can't.
Hold on. I'm gonna trick shot this one. That was not the way to do it, kids. Don't do that. All right. We'll do a little timeout.
So that didn't work.
Yep, that was very uneventful. But I have an idea, and I think it'll work out very well. And I need your help, okay?
Okay.
So let's put both of our blocks side by side here in the middle really quick. Okay, now I'm gonna take my finger, put it on this side, and then you're gonna take yours and push it on that side, okay? So then, all right, there we go. Okay, so Devin, that took quite a bit of teamwork. And sometimes you need to use teamwork to get some stuff done. And most of the time, you need to use teamwork to get a lot of things done. All right, so make sure you use teamwork every single day, and we'll see you tomorrow for the fourth installment of Demo Time with Mr. Timothy and Mr. Devin.
Welcome back, everyone. This is day 3 of Trivia with Devin. I have Kenzie and Alexa here for day 3 of trivia questions. I'm not even going to ask where our scorekeeper is today. He's probably stopped at another train, so we're going to go ahead and get started.
No, I got caught up with some work.
Caught up with some work this time is his excuse. Okay. So our scoring update, as of yesterday, it is a tie between Alexa and Kenzie at 6 apiece. So yesterday, Kenzie came up a little short, so need to make up for it today. But today's message was about cooperation. So there's no cooperation between you two, but make sure there's some cooperation here at home. You guys are working with each other to see how many points you can get, and comment those in the section below so you can compete against Alexa and Kenzie. So we're gonna jump right in. Okay, so the first question is, who led the people to rebuild the wall? Yes.
Nehemiah.
Correct. Off to another hot start today. Next question. Why did the enemy want to attack God's people? Yes, Kenzie.
Because they didn't want the wall built.
Correct.
You knew that one. That was a good one.
That was a good one. She's a fast at buzzing.
Yep.
Third question is, what was the biggest challenge God's people faced during rebuilding the wall? Alexa.
The enemy kept fighting them while they were trying to rebuild the wall.
Correct.
God, okay.
Ready for the next question?
Yes.
Okay, number 4. Who did Nehemiah say would fight for the people? Yes, Kenzie.
God.
Correct. And the last question for today. How did God's people successfully defend themselves and rebuild the wall?
They cooperated.
Correct. Yes, good job. So another day, Kinsey wins again. So the total is now up to 9-8. Kinsey has taken the lead, but Alexa still has 2 more days to even it out or take the win. So join us back here tomorrow for day 4 of Trivia with Devin and see who wins tomorrow. See you guys then.
Kids, did you have fun today? Because I sure did. It was so much fun getting to learn about cooperation with you. Cooperation is when our hearts trust other people to help us, and God blesses our actions to do some really big things. Nehemiah taught us all about this today when him and the people of Judah worked together to rebuild the wall and protect them, and God blessed their actions. Today, we're going to serve with hearts that are cooperative. So your task today is to find somebody that you can work with, and I want you to accomplish this task. Are you ready for it? Remember, we have to participate. So your task today is to find a job that maybe would be too big for you to do alone. My suggestion for you today is this. I would love for you to wash all of the cars and all of the bikes at your house. Or maybe if you're feeling really cooperative today, you could wash all the cars in your neighborhood. So today, your job is something really big. Wash the cars and wash the bikes at your house. But you gotta work together with someone to do it. So that might be a sibling, it might be a friend down the street, or it might be mom and dad. But I think you can accomplish something really, really big today. So today, as you practice being cooperative, I'd love for you to work together so that God can bless our actions and we can get something done really big today. I'd love to know about your serving on the Serve at Union Chapel page, so send me some pictures or just a video of you having fun today serving and being cooperative. I can't wait to hear about it tomorrow, and I'll see you then.